Today, we're diving into the incredible story of 3I/Atlas. It's an object from interstellar space that's currently hurtling through our solar system, and well, it seems to be breaking every single rule we thought we knew. So just imagine for a second, something from the vast emptiness between the stars shows up right on our cosmic doorstep. But instead of acting like a normal comet or asteroid, it starts doing things that, according to our own science, should be completely impossible. Well, you don't have to imagine it, because that is exactly what is happening right now. So, let me introduce you to 3I/Atlas. It was just discovered in July of 2025, and it's only the third interstellar object we have ever spotted passing through our celestial neighborhood. And let me tell you, this one is different. For starters, it is moving at an absolutely blistering speed, over 245,000 kilometers per hour. That makes it the fastest interstellar visitor we have ever seen, by far. It is just screaming past the planets on a path that, right from the get-go, had scientists scratching their heads. And here's the first huge red flag. You see, objects from deep space should come at us from totally random angles, from above, below, you name it. But not this one. 3I/Atlas is cruising right along the ecliptic plane, the exact same flat disk that all of our planets orbit on. As astronomer Avi Loeb has pointed out, the chances of a random object lining up that perfectly are just astronomically low. It's less like a stray bullet and more like it's taking a deliberate scenic route.
All right, so let's put on our detective hats here and treat this like a proper investigation. This thing is leaving behind a trail of really bizarre clues that just defy everything we know about comets. Let's open up the evidence file.
Okay, so on one side, you have your typical everyday comet. Its tail always points away from the sun, pushed by the solar wind. It's mostly made of water ice, and as it shoots out gas, it kind of wobbles and gets pushed around, which changes its path. Now, on the other side, you have 3I/Atlas. Early pictures showed a weird, faint glow that was pointing towards the sun. Its engine seems to be fueled by carbon dioxide, not water. And its course? It's freakishly stable, wobbling about 100 times less than any other comet we've ever seen. And its chemical signature is even weirder. It's spitting out a bunch of nickel, but without the iron you would always expect to see with it. That's a chemical fingerprint we've only ever seen in industrial processes right here on Earth. It's also giving off hydrogen cyanide, a key building block for life. Then, after barely showing any water, it suddenly just gushed out a massive cloud of it, way out in the cold, where that really shouldn't happen. And as if all that wasn't enough, it's literally changed color, from a dull red to this eerie green. The direct observations get even stranger. Some sources are describing this thing as being super flat and self-illuminating. It's giving off its own glow, one that seems to be coming from an internal power source, not just reflected sunlight. And then there's this, a claim so startling it sounds like it's straight out of a movie. One report claims that 3I/Atlas isn't traveling solo. No, it's supposedly being followed by 9 smaller glowing objects, all flying in a perfect convoy. Okay, deep breaths. With all of that weirdness on the table, how in the world does mainstream science try to explain this? Let's take a look at the natural theory, which basically argues that, yep, it's weird, but it's just a really weird comet. The whole natural explanation really hinges on one big idea, where it came from. The theory is that this object was born in a totally different star system, one that was way colder and had a completely different chemical recipe than ours. It's like a cosmic time capsule from a star that died long, long ago. So here's how the logic goes. First, it formed in a super cold, ancient part of the galaxy. Second, because of that environment, it ended up with this weird CO2-heavy composition. So now, as it gets close to our much hotter sun, all those exotic materials are just reacting in ways we've never seen before. That could explain the strange glow and the bizarre chemical signals. See, it's not breaking the rules, it's just playing by a completely different rulebook. But that's just one side of the coin, isn't it? Let's pivot now to the other explanation, the one that suggests 3I/Atlas isn't a natural object at all. This whole theory is built around the idea of a techno signature. What's that? Well, it's basically a piece of evidence that screams technology. It reframes every single weird thing we've seen, the path, the chemistry, the stability, not as a 1 in a billion coincidence, but as potential proof of intelligent design. And this is where the two theories go head-to-head. Is that trajectory just a lucky shot, or is it a deliberately guided flight path? Is that weird nickel signature from a bizarre star, or is it an industrial byproduct? Is it so stable because it's big, or because it's being controlled? Is it just a flat piece of rock, or is it a constructed, maybe even hollow craft? Harvard's Avi Loeb really sums up this whole unnatural theory perfectly. He's proposed that what we're looking at could be a fully functioning alien probe sent here to check us out. Or it could just be a relic, a piece of cosmic junk from some ancient, long-dead civilization still drifting through space. But the mystery isn't just happening millions of miles out in space. Right here on Earth, the story of how we are observing, or maybe not observing, 3I/Atlas has become its own bizarre puzzle. So get this. On October 3rd, the object made its closest pass by Mars. This was our absolute best chance to get high-resolution pictures from a NASA orbiter that's powerful enough to actually see its shape. But what a coincidence! A government shutdown was in effect, which meant NASA didn't release any of those potentially world-changing images. For a lot of people, the timing on that felt just a little too convenient. And then there's this. Months before anyone even knew 3I/Atlas existed, investigative journalist Jeremy Corbell warned that a big lie was being cooked up. A story about a mothership arriving, maybe as some kind of psychological operation. And you can bet that this convenient data blackout has a lot of people connecting this object directly to that chilling warning. So after all the evidence, the conflicting theories, and all the drama happening down here on Earth, we are left with one massive fundamental question. What are we looking at? We are staring at two completely different realities. In one reality, 3I/Atlas is a natural relic, a priceless scientific gift from the dawn of the galaxy. In the other, it's an alien messenger, a piece of technology deliberately sent to our solar system. The next big date on the calendar is October 29th. That's when it gets closest to the sun. And for weeks, it'll be completely hidden from our telescopes by the sun's glare. Some theorists have pointed out that this would be the absolute perfect time for something to fire its engines, use the sun's gravity to brake, and settle into a permanent orbit here, all while we can't watch. And if you think this is all just wild speculation, let's end on this one powerful number. One of the world's most respected astronomers, a guy who lives and breathes data, has put the odds that this thing is not natural at 30 to 40%. That's almost a coin flip.
So, what is it? A messenger from a star that died eons ago? Or a scout from a civilization that is very much alive? For now, the mystery continues.